Ladies, why men take commitment so seriously, and how to encourage a man into a long-term relationship or marriage with you. Part 3 of 4. Committing oneself to someone else fully in this capacity, marriage, long-term monogamous relationships, for men is like making a huge investment of time and hard-earned money. Men want to be sure their investments will pay off, not just in the short run, but in the long run as well. Dating is super inexpensive, compared to getting married and starting and raising and caring for a family. So keep this in mind when you see the man you love moving slowly towards commitment. Marriage is a financial commitment consisting of more than just love and companionship. Yes, it's true. Men do love their freedom. And they like to know that they can still meet other women when they're not in a relationship. But remember, most men know that they can get the milk without buying the cow. They know they can get the best of you, ladies, without paying for all of you. Try going to a restaurant, ordering a meal, eating 80% of it, and not paying 100% of the bill. Is this fair to the restaurant? Would they put up with that kind of, customer for long? Or would they be in jail or back in the kitchen doing dishes, The same applies to women. Is it fair that they put out, women put out and not get much in return? Over the past several decades, men have been getting 80% of what they want, most out of women, and their relationships with them without paying the full bill. In this light, women are not receiving what they want most and need from men, which is, everyone knows men want sex, and any and every woman they date and marry or not, and women want security, stability, and commitment in their relationships with the men they date, and hopefully one day marry. We talked about this earlier in the book. Tell me, ladies, deep down, wouldn't you rather be in love, have love, safety, commitment, security, and stability, all tied for first place in your relationship with a man, and everything else tied for second place? The companionship, the sex, the financials, all that stuff. Number one that you want, tied for number one, is love, safety, commitment, security, and stability. Yeah. Ladies, if you're still single and you don't want to be, and you want more than just sex with a man, then why are you giving it away whenever he wants before you get what you want? I know it sounds old-fashioned, but look what's going on out there. How has it been working for women? Having sex like a man, multiple body counts, all that stuff, a fulfilling career. And again, most women don't have careers. And it's interesting, that's the term used. A woman focuses on her career. Do you know that men don't focus on their career? Men don't care about a career. And specifically, they don't care about that term. Men just want a job that pays well, and there's some longevity, and some personal and especially financial growth potential. The term career is such a bullshit term. So BS. A career. Careers end. Careers have pressure. Most women have jobs that they hate. And they change every 2 to 5 years. For 15 years. Yeah. Again, how's all that been working for you, ladies? Has all the talk about women's empowerment, what's that gotten you? Has it gotten you married? Or has it kept you single for far too long? A fulfilling career? Yeah, and careers burn out, 10, 15 years later. And then what? You'll be 30 or 35 years old, still single. Did all your women's groups help you navigate sex before marriage or committed relationships? It's something to think about. Sure, some people aren't ready to get married or to move in together or buy a house, and they still manage to maintain monogamous committed relationships while having great sex. But do you see any problems here? The challenge for many women today who haven't had a man put a ring on their finger while letting him put his finger in her ring is to get the man to take that mature step towards asking for her whole hand in marriage. Otherwise, without that step, what are we creating here? We've discussed that already. We have women in their 30s, 40s, and 50s who've never been married. Why? Like college. Maybe marriage isn't for everyone. Sure, I get it. Hey, to each his own. There's no law against people choosing the single life to enjoy all that freedom affords and do the things that they want to do for the rest of their lives. Hey, it's a free world, free country. Go for it. But we don't live in an age anymore where you had to marry by 19, only to have 5 to 10 kids, to help you out on the farm in your years later, because the average age of dying was at the time between 37, 40, 45 for men and 55 for women, at the time, a long time ago. But those days are gone, for sure. Today, we live to be 70 and 90. Why not take 15 to 20 years to live the single life and marry when you're in your 30s and 40s? That's mathematically kind of true, cool, But while all that makes logical sense, it still doesn't mean we wouldn't be better off if we did pair up with someone sooner than later who could help bring out of us someone we could never achieve on our own. A lot of people are saying in their 20s and stuff, I want to find myself. Well, you can, kind of. But when you date someone deeply committed, monogamous, you spend a lot of time with this person, they teach you things that you can't learn on your own. Because how much do you need to learn about yourself after you spent 5 or 7 or 10 years alone, single, not in a relationship, learning about yourself? You know what you do, how you get up in the morning, your routine, what works for you. It's getting kind of boring because you want someone new close to you in your life who can challenge you and introduce things to you and just do things to you physically that you can't do to yourself. This other person in an intimate relationship can do things to you personally, physically, sexually, intimately, that it affects how you look at life, how you live life, your attitude, your health. It's like a great sex life is extremely healthy. But if you're single and you don't get to have sex often, yeah, sure, you could live like a monk, or you could take care of yourself, but man, that's not going to achieve the ultimate. No. So while all that made logical sense, it still doesn't mean we wouldn't be better off if we did pair up in our early 20s or mid 20s, late 20s, maximum, kind of, sort of. But for many, surveys tell us that people who spend most of their time alone and single find it taxing and don't necessarily live longer lives per se. And I'm thinking of a lot of women and men too, say to themselves, gosh, another year alone. I'm sick of being alone. Why can't I find someone? And I've heard it and I've read it online by a lot of people. And I bet you have too, I'm sure. But people are they're just tired of being single. And the thing also is, some people confess, I haven't dated in 10 years. I haven't had sex in 5 years. These are long periods of time that people are going without nourishment for the heart, for the soul, for the brain, the body, the blood vessels pumping good. Okay, that's another subject later.